He was in the front to try to go around to the back, turn his truck around to get in the lane.
Okay.
You know? So the person that shot, he asked for help. You know what I mean? Because he walked up there. You understand what I'm saying?
He walked up where?
In the front.
Okay.
So I'm saying, and then asked for help to get his truck parked. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes it's dangerous. I mean, driving at nighttime, you don't know people come up beside you. You don't know if they want to shoot at you or what.
Oh, okay.
And going to truck stops, I mean, unfamiliar areas.
So have you had any bad experiences?
Not yet, no. Hopefully
Not yet. Hopefully not yet.
I mean, I'm a parent myself, so if my child was like that and I'm out of town, I would think the same thing.
You would think there's some foul plays involved.
Yes.
All right.
Okay, so from my experience in law enforcement, former law enforcement, and his weight, somebody threw the road up there without knowing what the weight ratio is to that branch.
Okay, so the branch.
That's why the branch broke.
Okay.
Basically saying like, okay, so the people follow him everywhere he went, but where was these people at when he went inside of Walmart? They had to be somewhere around, basically, right?
Yeah.
They had to be around because how did they know he went to the distribution center? They were somewhere around in their parking lot. Nobody took time to look anywhere in the directions of where this man was in their parking lot.
Ain't nobody gonna do that.
Now what you say again?
Ain't no black man in America gonna do this.
And what you say again?
Ain't no black man in America gonna do it.
Okay.
And that's what I was
And
gonna
he
say.
was young. He just getting started in his life.
One thing about us, we are not going to do anything like that in a place like this. No. You're not gonna do nothing like that.
Not for the whole town to talk on him like that.
No.
Not the principal, not for the talk about it, not nothing.
I don't like it. My spirit, That's why I try to get in touch with you. My spirit don't set right with this boy. He didn't kill himself. Somebody helped that child. And somebody had to been in that truck because wherever he stopped to, it should be footage around here. Because I'm pretty sure they see me talking to you around here.
Yeah.
And I'm not scared of them. I'm not afraid. No.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. The people that you just heard are residents of Henderson, North Carolina, giving their perspective and their opinions on the Javion Magee case. As you know, we here at Taylor House Publishing have been covering that case since the onset. I visited there last week, and just today, I took another trip down there to visit two more locations in which Javion Magee visited during his time there. Now, Javion Magee was the truck driver from Illinois who left from Pennsylvania and ended up in Henderson, where he met his eventual demise. There's a lot of speculation about what happened to him. And so we're trying to get to the bottom of this. Now, today, you're going to hear from several people in the area. You're going to actually hear from truck drivers. You're going to hear from ex-law enforcement officers. But I'm also going to uncover some sensitive information that may be pertinent to the case. So if you will, stay with me. Remember to like and share this video because we are trying to bring some justice to the family of Javion Magee. So stay tuned real quick after this message, and I'm going to take you on this journey that I had today.
From local stories to Wayne County news, get ready to dive into everything happening in North Carolina with Taylor House Publishing. Got a story to share? Shoot us an email at taylorpublishinghouse@gmail.com. If you're looking to publish your book or need some top-notch mentorship, we've got your back. Join the excitement with the one and only Richard Taylor, right here at Taylor House Publishing. Speak with Richard directly at 919-587-7782. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and invite your family and friends to watch.
From Wayne County to the Carolina coast, Taylor House brings the news you love most. Tune in on YouTube, don't miss a beat. Local stories that keep you on your feet. Taylor House, we got the scoop. Taylor House Publishing.
All right. The first place that I visited was the Hampton Inn at 325, Ruin Creek Road. Now, that is the location that Javion Magee visited last before he went back into the T&R truck and trailer repair shop, where once again he met his demise. Now, it was said that Javion parked his truck in the back of the hotel and walked to the front of the lobby. So I wanted to give you guys a view of that hotel and the numerous cameras outside of the hotel. So just watch this video real quick, and I'm going to walk you through it during the video so you guys can see the outside of the Hampton Inn. All right, so this is the Hampton Inn where Javion Magee stopped to get the hotel room. You see it's on the busy street. It's a very busy street. The address is 385, and I don't remember the name of the street, but this is the hotel. So I'm just gonna take a little walk around it so we can see where possibly some footage of him may arise, showing that he was here. If you look right there closely, you see a camera right there. So that is on the side. I don't know if he pulled his truck right here in the front right here. But there again on the wall, there's another camera. These hotels have cameras all the way around them. So this is the front of the hotel, which I assume that Mr. Magee walked into looking for a room. So right there is the camera right on top. So we know that if he did walk in here, he was definitely caught on camera. There's the front entrance of the building, which I'm sure they have cameras as well in there. We're going to go in there in a second. Just want to walk around to the side of the other side of the building. We don't know which side he parked on, but there you see there's another camera. And so there's, how many cameras have we seen so far? We've seen about 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the side. And so this is the side where he possibly may have pulled around and parked to as well. And here you see right here another camera. So that's about 5 cameras that we see now. This is the back of the hotel, and the reason I'm coming around here because I see some people working. So if a truck driver was to come here, I don't know if he had his trailer. I think he dropped his trailer. But this is the Hampton Inn on, and I don't remember I think it's 385 Ruin Creek Road. That's it, Ruin Creek Road. So I would assume that if he was looking for a room, he would have pulled up right here. Wouldn't you agree? He would have pulled up right here and walked in that door and had been caught by the camera. So we're going to take a walk inside and see if there are any other cameras to be noted. Now, before I shot that video, I didn't revisit the timeline that was put out in the article, but the timeline says that he parked in the back of the building. Nevertheless, with all of these cameras around, being that they released the Walmart footage of him buying the rope, why is this footage not released? Now, I'm also going to take you inside the hotel. We're going to go inside the hotel real quick. And there you're going to see, once again, another plethora of cameras. Now, this is the eating or breakfast area where some guys were doing construction. And they didn't seem too willing to talk, so I didn't even ask them. But here is the front desk. You see the front desk, and there's a camera to the right and also a camera to the left. I tried to be discreet so the lady wouldn't see me and, kind of get suspicious. But those two cameras right there would have definitely caught Javion on camera as stated that he was there. So once again, I think that would be footage that need to be looked at as well, just to make sure that he was alone. Now, mind you, this was the last stop that he went to before he went back to that yard. This was the stop after he left Walmart. And then before he went to Walmart, he went to the smoke shop. So we're going to go to that smoke shop. But before I left that area, since no one was around at the Hampton Inn, I stopped by local sheets to pretty much get people's perception. And you're going to hear a few people's perception of what they think may have happened. Here is one of those people.
No.
No, I want to present myself. I'm gonna be on the news.
So basically, we're just asking your perspective here with a resident of Henderson, and what have you been hearing, or what have you been, hearing around town and on the news about what happened?
Well, I really ain't heard that. I'm just looking on the news and seeing different stories on the news about what's going on. But I mean, everybody gonna have their perspectives about that situation, because that's kind of skeptical to me.
So what is your belief on what happened?
I mean, I'm a parent myself, so if my child was like that and I'm out of town, I would think the same thing.
You would think there's some foul plays involved?
Yes.
All right. So how is the racial climate around here, though? I hear a lot of people talk about it's not as bad racially.
No, I mean, I really don't see a lot of racial things going around here. Like, white people get along with black people to me.
Okay.
I mean, I'm mixed up myself, so. And I've been here 14 years, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I certainly appreciate you for your time, my brother.
All right.
Okay, so, that was one of the people I talked to. And as you heard him say that, if he was a parent and something happened to his child, he would feel the same way. He also referenced the racial climate in Henderson with blacks getting along with blacks. Now, the next person I talked to was a young lady. She declined to be on camera. And so, but basically she said, well, I really don't know. But, I heard he hung himself. Right. So she hasn't been following the story, but that is what most of the people who I talked to who haven't really been investigating, that is what they think, or, they relate to me. But nevertheless, next, you're going to hear from a former law enforcement officer. Now, this officer stated that, he was a law enforcement officer elsewhere and he came here, and he said that, he didn't want to be on camera because, he knows they're all corrupt. Now, those are his words. But you're also going to hear him give his perspective on the particular case at hand.
Okay, if I lived 22 years in Missouri and I moved to here, right?
Yeah.
The laws here are half-ass fucking backwards.
So they broke the law.
Right.
So tell me about the fingerprint thing again.
What fingerprints?
Yeah.
Your fingerprints last 72 hours before it starts to dissipate. When it starts to dissipate, then it messes up.
Okay.
Now, if you got gloves, so whoever committed the crime has gloves, then they don't have no.
Now, you heard them say whoever committed the crime, unless they had gloves on. So this former law enforcement officer, according to his expertise, thinks that the death of Javion Magee was a crime.
No fingerprints.
So you said that only thing they had to do was
take the rope and put there's certain like I know 4 ways to take fingerprints off a rope, off a cloth. You know what I'm saying? So if they were able to do that, then they would have known who grabbed that rope other than him.
Unless they had gloves. But you did say whoever committed the crime. So you think it was a crime, you don't think it was Zane?
Why was somebody that young from Chicago driving over the road commit suicide?
That's my question exactly. That's my question.
Nobody knows but him.
Yeah.
Okay? But then you gotta look at the other side.
What did you say about the rope and the branch again?
Okay, so anybody that knows weight ratio, okay, depends on the how old the tree is. Okay, the branch will break. Remember when you was growing up, you climbed trees and stuff like that, and you put your foot on there, and the branch come out from underneath your foot. So it's a certain weight deprivation. Okay, so from my experience in law enforcement, former law enforcement, and his weight, somebody threw the road up there without knowing what the weight ratio is to that branch.
Okay, so the branch.
That's why the branch broke.
Okay, so he was. Cause they said he was found on the ground.
Right, and it stated in the newspaper, the rope was around him, and the other end of the rope was around the branch.
Right. Okay. So basically, he fell. It broke. Okay. I certainly appreciate you, man. I thank you so much, man. Appreciate you.
No problem.
And so there you have him with this law enforcement expertise saying that the branch broke. Whoever threw him over there didn't know the weight ratio. Now, once again, it said he was found sitting on the ground. So he wasn't hanging, but according to this law enforcement officer with his expertise, he was only sitting on the ground because the branch broke. And so I think that is a great way to look at it. And once again, this is a law enforcement officer, a white law enforcement officer who said all of the police, many of the police around here are corrupt. And keep that in mind as we move forward. Now, next I went to the Walmart because it was at the Walmart where Javion Magee bought the rope. But I wanted to revisit the exits and see the camera layout as well because they said he got out of his truck and gave someone some money. And so that should be on camera at the Walmart. Now, just take a look at this Walmart parking lot.
All right, so I'm here at the Walmart here on Cooper Road. There you see one entrance. There you see another entrance, and I don't know which entrance or exit that Javion walked out of, but something stuck out to me today. If y'all look right back here, you'll see 3 tractor trailers parked right there. You'll see another one right there, and a camper right there. So evidently this is a place where truck drivers probably sometimes rest. So we're going to go in again, check out the entrance, and possibly get some more interviews and let you guys know what's going on possibly. But yeah, there you see once again 3 tractor trailers. There's another one behind those trees and the camper right there. So we're going to see what we got going on as we go in.
And so before I went in, I ran into another lady. She was like a nurse, and I asked her, did she know about the case? And she said, of course, yeah. I heard he unalived himself. And, she said that since she had worked with she worked in a mental hospital, that was her perception. She does, she doesn't have the perception of the law enforcement officer who says, if a young man was that young, then why would he do such a thing? So there's another example of people just going with the blind narrative. Now, I did want to walk in and check out the various exit This is the exit on the right if you're facing the Walmart. All right, so that is the exit on the right, and let's take a look at the exit on the left.
Hey, how you?
So, you guys tell me which exit do you think he walked out of? You know, there's cameras on both sides, so he would have been caught from both angles on each side. So for me, it's kind of hard to decipher that. But if you notice at the end of that video, some lady walked up to me, and this lady actually knew me, had seen the previous video, and said she had tried to reach out to me about the death of her son. According to her, her son was unalived by police about 9 years ago, and it was also ruled a suicide. And so I'm going to let you hear her story.
So your name is Sylvia?
Hilliard, yes.
Sylvia Hilliard, right?
Yes.
And your son was named what?
Warren Thomas Hilliard.
Warren Thomas Hilliard. And what happened to him?
He was always getting into trouble with the law. He had
But basically the law shot him, right?
Yeah. They shot through the back window of the truck, of his pickup truck. He had a 2002 Ford F-150 with rims on it. He had a four-wheeler on the back.
And what year was this?
2015, January the 2nd of 2015.
January the 2nd, and this was right here in Henderson, North Carolina?
Yes, sir. They chased him from Harriet Street, and it ended up on Booth Street.
Booth Street. Where was his body found?
I don't know which street his body was found on, but the child that was in the truck, his mother was named Monique Bullock.
Okay.
She brought the child to the hospital, and I asked him, did he stop? He said they was chasing him. He heard something hitting the truck. That was bullet holes.
Okay.
They had a bullet hole up over the gas thing of the truck.
Okay.
They had one up over the rim of the truck. They had one that went through the bed, the back of the truck, through the four-wheeler flap, and one through the gas can, and one going through the bed.
Now, and you said they shot a total of 9 times?
Yes. The bullet holes was in the truck. When I got the truck, it had labels on it where the shots were. And then they was trying to tell me that he killed himself.
He killed himself?
Yes, the SBI was called in it. At the time, Sheriff Brain wasn't sheriff, but he was in Vance County, and he knows my family very well. Because my brother, my cousin married his sister.
Okay, so
I think he called the SBI.
Did you ever get to see your son's body?
Yes, I did.
You did? Did
yes.
they? And what was the cause of death from the medical examiner?
They only said he was shot through the back of his head. I didn't know.
The back of his head.
Yeah.
But the police are trying to say he shot himself in a traffic stop.
Yes, but when I looked at him in the funeral home, he had like behind way past the back of his ear. But then they ruled it suicide because they said he had stipplings on his hands. He also had a confrontation at them, and they chased him to Booth Street.
They chased him. You said you think he was drugged?
Yeah, I think he was drugged face down because all up under here, the skin was gone up under here. And they did not. They when I got ready, the funeral home director got ready to find his body.
Okay.
He wasn't where he was supposed to be. So when he really found his body, he wound up back here in Mariah Perm in the morgue.
Okay.
Only reason I saw him because I pushed him.
Okay.
Y'all say, but I'm the mama. I ain't seen my baby. I bought this baby in this world. I'm gonna see him out of here, and I demand to see my son. I'm not leaving this hospital.
So,
at that time, people was in the hospital going off saying that he didn't kill himself. They seen the whole incident. They didn't have a roadblock over there, and that area was on Harriet Street. It was a store across there, and they did say he did get in a confrontation with the police. Now, he used to like to ride around with this little boy and play this song. Their favorite little song was Red Nose. This baby want his baby, but I live next door to the mother. And my son and her, I don't know how they met and got together. So that little boy always called me his grandma.
Okay.
So I asked him who took him out the truck. He said somebody else took him out the truck.
Somebody else took him out the truck.
My son had amps in the back of this truck.
How old was the little boy?
He was 10 at the time.
So what did he say happened?
He told me that the police tried to attack Warren and shut him up against the truck. And Warren, I don't know, I heard so much stuff from my son the same way, just like this lady. My son had a phone on him. He had an iPhone watch. He had a platinum bracelet he always wore that was in his pictures. The last picture I took of him at my aunt's house, he had his phone in his hand and his iPhone watch. Phone was never recovered. Watch was never on his body. He called his girlfriend she lived in Lumberton. He called her and told her that he loved her. And only thing she heard, she said she kept screaming and calling him. She said the only thing she heard, the police said, what the fuck this doing on? Just like that. I said, what?
So was there any news coverage of it?
No.
Because I actually Googled it and I don't see anything online.
No, they shut it down. I tried to get in touch with TVD. I couldn't get anything. Next thing I know, they trying to harass me. I was trying to get a job. They all of a sudden I come up with warrants. Oh, they tried to assassinate my character like they did my son, and I started going off. They leave me alone. I can drive around here with nothing right on my car. They don't stop me. They don't mess with me. And they said we don't like y'all Hilliards anyway.
Okay. So you a Hilliard?
Yeah.
Okay.
My last name Hilliard too, and then I got nephews that are Hilliard.
So this happened 10 years ago, and they shut the investigation down.
They shut it down. The only thing they said black man in Henderson shoots himself.
Okay.
Commits suicide.
Okay.
And they didn't say anything about the child in the car because there was a child in there with him.
Okay.
And I know someone right because my son had a Bible back behind the back of his head. A Bible, a big Bible. Before he would get in there, he would crank his truck up and read his Bible. And my grandma always taught us, if you kill yourself, you're going to hell.
Yeah.
He had been to prison for years. When he got out, everything that he was doing behind the wife, girlfriends, because he was a young man. He just murdered.
How old was he when he died?
35.
He was 35. Now let me ask you this, because I don't want to get too much into his personal business. What do you think about the Javion case? What do you think about
I
that?
don't like it. My spirit, That's why I try to get in touch with you. My spirit don't set right with this boy. He didn't kill himself. Somebody helped that child. And somebody had to be in that truck, because wherever he stopped to, it should be footage around here. Because I'm pretty sure they see me talking to you around here.
Yeah.
And I'm not scared of them. I'm not afraid. No, I'm not. I'm not afraid to speak my truth. My son was not perfect.
Okay.
But that was my child.
Okay.
And I demanded to see him. I demanded to see him. They had me sitting in there for hours so they would clean him up. When I walked in there, I looked down in the floor, the piece of his skull and brain matter on the floor. He had 2 officers at his head. He had 1 at his foot. He had 1 outside the door.
Where was this at?
This was over here at Mariah Perham Hospital.
Oh, okay. Oh, so they still was guarding him?
Yeah, they was guarding.
They was
guarding him. I said, he ain't gonna run no more. What y'all standing around for? Y'all got him. Y'all said, I had a bail bondsman one time. His name was Eddie Wright. He told me when my son was 18, they was gonna kill him. So
that's what the bail bondsman said.
Yeah, so they was trying to kill him.
He said the police was gonna kill him, or the bail bondsman was gonna kill him.
Police.
Okay.
He said he don't want nothing to happen to that boy because he been hearing talk. And then I had a case with this guy, and I was trying to sell a 4-wheeler to get up money to. He had a 4-wheeler on.
We don't want to get on.
And I had a case, and they literally told me that they couldn't discuss about the four-wheeler that was on the truck, but the guy tried to run over me and take the thing, so I had him up. And so I went to court, but they didn't want to discuss that. No, they didn't want to discuss that. But anything regarding my family members, I got a baby boy now. I'm scared to death for him.
Okay.
I'm scared for him.
So thank you for your time. We're gonna end this interview right now.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Ms. Head.
Yes.
All right, so there you hear the testimony of a mother who said that, you know, her son was unalived, possibly by police, and they ruled it that he unalived himself in the middle of a chase. You also heard her perceptions on the Javion Magee case. She doesn't think that, you know, that narrative is true, that he hurt himself, as you stated that, as you heard her state, somebody helped that child. But what I also wanted to do was once again get a view of the outside and the cameras, right? And so look at this right here.
All right, so there you see two cameras right there on the exit, and you see another camera right there. So if he came out and went to a truck, there should be some more footage of what happened in the truck.
And so there you see where we was just talking with the lady. There are two cameras right above the door, right on either side of the door. And also
on this exit as well, you see one camera right there. And you see the other camera right there. So there's a lot of cameras out here, but there's no homeless people, as you see.
And also, I want you to see this picture. Someone zoomed in on Javion as he was exiting the Walmart, and you see a gold chain around his neck. Now, of course, you've already seen the police report several times, and you know that there is no gold necklace that was around his neck. So you must ask yourself what happened to that gold necklace around his neck. But most importantly, you see all the cameras around this Walmart. If there was footage of him getting out of his truck and giving a homeless man a certain amount of money, then once again, why is that footage released? Why is the only footage released of him buying a rope, right? And so the next place I went was the smoke shop, right? I noticed that they said that the smoke shop was near the intersection of Andrews and Vance. And so I did not find, I Googled a smoke shop in that area, and I ended up by a Food Lion. And so I went inside the Food Lion to ask for directions, and I received directions, but I also talked with three ladies who gave me, once again, their perception of the event. So I'm going to play this as well and let you hear their perception of what happened to Mr. Magee.
Ain't nobody gonna do that.
Now what you say again?
Ain't no black man in America gonna do this.
And what you say again?
Ain't no black man in America gonna do it.
Okay.
And that's what I was
And he
gonna
was
say.
young. He just getting started in his life.
One thing about us, we are not going to do anything like that in a place like this. No. You're not gonna do nothing like that.
Not for the whole town to talk on him
No.
like that.
No.
Not the principal, not for the talk about it, not nothing.
It's too, I mean, to say he went into us, who goes and buy their own thing to commit suicide? It's ridiculous.
You know, he drive a big truck. They have automatically ropes.
You 21, you young, you just getting into life. No, you're not gonna do nothing like that. No.
So what do y'all think? What's the word on the street?
What they should do is, I don't know about the words on the street, but what I think they should do is they should check his social media profile and see was he involved with or communicating with somebody,
Okay.
and just take it from that point. Yeah.
Take it from that point.
Yeah, if you get to that, you get that social media input, you'll be able to find more about the whole situation. That's my
Yep.
And find out who he knew down here.
Yep, because he had to know somebody, because nobody goes from Walmart store to a hotel back to them and then go there and buy something and do something. Nah,
Somebody
knows
knows like that.
Somebody moves it.
Yeah, it's some foul play in it somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank y'all.
To the family, we pray for them.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because it could be my nephew, anybody, you know, anybody child or so.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the day it is somebody
I'm sad that it happened to him, you know, because North Carolina is not about that. That's not what it's about. Like I said, I moved here, so, you know, that's not what it's about. It's supposed to be a space where you could go. I mean, you can have racism wherever you go, but it's supposed to be a place where you come here to retire and to enjoy life, not to. And he was nowhere near retirement at 21 years old. No, that's ridiculous. Yeah, he just started his life, and that was not part of his plan. I can imagine that's not his plan. What's done in the dark comes to the light, no matter where it happens at.
Yep.
And so there you have, once again, 3 ladies. Now, it was 1 Caucasian young lady and 2 African-American young ladies. And the Caucasian young lady was adamant, and she said, ain't no black man in America going to do himself like that. And then the African-American said, what'd you say? She said, ain't no black man in America gonna do that. And then the black lady said, okay, well, since she said it, I'm gonna say it, you know. So of course you heard their sentiments. You know, they think it was definitely some foul play, checking his social media, checking his phone, which should tell the tale of the tape. But these are 3 ladies who feel the way a lot of people feel. Now, they did give me the address to the smoke shop. Now, it was 2 smoke shops right across the street from each other. So I went into both. Smoke shops. But one thing about the smoke shops, you know, for lack of a better word, they sometimes are frequented by members of the hood. Just let's say that. And one thing about people who, you know, are just used to keep it 100% real, they're going to tell you how they feel, and you know they're going to tell you the word on the streets. Now, I'm gonna let you listen to these 3 people, but first let me show you the first smoke shop I went to. Now, this smoke shop right here was across the street. And there you see the cameras on the outside of the smoke shop. Now, I went in this smoke shop. I actually asked the guy, was this the smoke shop where the young man bought the cigars who was found dead? And of course, he had like I was speaking English because he was Arab. Now, he had like I was speaking some language that he didn't understand. But I do want to show you the inside. Now, excuse the camera because I was trying to be discreet. But that place right there was littered with cameras. Anybody know a smoke shop? They have cameras galore all over the place. Now, I did talk to an African-American man outside of the store, and I asked him, what he felt about it. And he was like, no, man, he ain't do that to himself. And of course, I asked him, okay, would you say that on camera? He was like, no, I ain't gonna do that, man. And excuse the pun, but when he got in the car, I'm like, why? He said, man, I'm gonna just leave it hanging how it's hanging. I said, man, that's the wrong words to say right now. But nevertheless, I went across the street to another smoke shop. Now, this is where the rubber met the road, in my opinion. Now, this is outside of the second smoke shop. And you see there the 2 cameras that were on each side of the smoke shop. Now, when I went into the smoke shop, once again, I was trying to be discreet and take a few pictures here and there. But listen to this man, because he asked me what I was doing as I was, recording the cameras. And just take a listen to what he says. Listen real closely.
The boy that got found, they say he came to one of these stores right here and bought some cigars or something.
Talking to one that got hung or something?
Yeah.
I don't think he came in this. I ain't.
You hear what he said? He said, "Oh, you talking about the one that got hung?" I don't think he came in this store. I'm gonna play it again, just so you can hear it, right? Now this is a guy. He don't know he's, he knows what he's saying because he's just basically telling the truth. But once again, the streets talk, the streets know. But listen to what he said.
The boy that got found, they say he came to one of these stores right here and bought some cigars or something.
Talking to one that got hung or something?
Yeah.
I don't think he came in this. I ain't.
So there he says once again, the one that got hung or something. He was like, I don't think he came in here. So the young ladies at the camera that you saw, at the counter that you saw, turned around and was like, "What you doing with that camera? What you asking about? I hope you ain't asking about it like he hung himself." I was like, "Nah." She told me, "Okay," because I was finna say he did not. So I was like, "Boom, let's talk about it." So we went outside the store, and this is how our conversation went. This is her perception of what happened to Mr. Magee.
So you said what now? What the lady do?
All right, so I believe in spiritual stuff. So the lady went live and basically said Javion came back to her and said that the sunlight got in his eyes, basically, and he basically cut somebody off in traffic. So the people must have been angry or mad at him. They had to be. This is what she had a vision of. Basically saying like, okay, so the people follow him everywhere he went. But where was these people at when he went inside of Walmart? They had to be somewhere around, basically, right?
Yeah.
They had to be around because how did they know he went to the distribution center? They were somewhere around in their parking lot. Nobody took time to look anywhere in the directions of where this man was in their parking lot.
So you definitely don't think he killed himself?
I know he didn't kill himself.
Why not?
Because he's a young, happy black man. Who's young, happy, and want to kill themselves?
They want to come all the way down here to Henderson just to kill themselves.
Right,
They don't know where they at.
Or it could have been a setup.
Could have been
Never
a setup.
know.
But you definitely think
I definitely know he didn't kill himself.
He definitely. Okay. And you live here?
I live here in Henderson, North Carolina.
Okay.
I've been here since I was 9 years old.
So what are other people saying?
Some people are saying that he killed himself, and some people are saying that he did kill himself. I don't agree with those that say he killed himself.
Okay, me neither.
I agree with those that, believe he was happy. He had a life. He had a whole life ahead of him. Why would he do that? Red pickup truck. Everyone I see, I always,
Where's the red pickup truck?
just went down the road.
Okay. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for your time.
Hey, thank you, sis.
And so there you have a young lady once again saying, I know that he didn't kill himself. Now, I don't know if she has some inside information, but, and she also mentioned the spiritual person. Now, once again, I have my Christian faith, but, some people do, see things in other methods that, once again, may be true. I don't know. But you heard the young lady, her perception is he didn't do that. Now, when I'm talking to her, another OG come out the store is like, yo, let me holler at you for a minute. So I go in there and holler at the triple OG, and this is what he says.
All right, okay. And what you say now? You don't think he did it?
No.
Why you say that?
Because I wish someone went down there to pick her son up from work. All right. He was asking for direction to go in the back. In other words, he was in the front to try to go around to the back and turn his truck around to get in the lane.
Okay.
So the person that shot, he asked for help. You know what I mean? Because he walked up there. You understand what I'm saying?
He walked up where?
In the front.
Okay.
So I'm saying, and then asked for help to get his truck parked. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
So what you think that happened to him?
who took him back there for help, to try to help, done it.
So you think his truck was stuck or something like that? Is that what you're saying?
No. See, okay, the Billson part truck go around the back. His truck go around the front, where they don't supposed to be.
Oh, at the distribution center.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he probably asked somebody how to get around there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You got my point?
Yeah.
And
whoever took him back there followed him where he was going.
Yeah.
Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you. So you from here though, right?
Yeah.
What's the climate around town? Like, you know, as far as like racism and stuff?
There's a lot of racism.
Okay.
But undercover racism.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's true.
Okay. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
So there you have the OG. You know, I can't say nothing bad about the OG, even though his shirt said don't ask. I mean, his hat said don't ask him nothing, man. He was very forthcoming. And he had some other information where, he said that, he was asking for help with his truck, even at the distribution center. And, somebody may have found him as a new driver. So they may have, as he said, that's who done it. But also he said there's a lot of undercover racism in the town. So people don't understand what that means. I know what that means. Everything's look good on the surface, but, some things happen behind closed doors. Now, lastly, what I did, because once again, he went first to the smoke shop, then went to Walmart, and then went to the hotel. So I retraced his steps backwards, but then I had to revisit the truck yard where he was found. And I wanted to focus on a building that someone showed me. And I want you guys to walk with me as well and check out how this white building may be connected to the situation.
So we are back on the scene. As you see right there, to the left, we zoom in right there, that is the area where the body was found. We're going to focus right today on this little abandoned building right here, in which some people feel that there is a path from that building in the back to where he was. So that can't be ruled out. I'm not going to get too close inside that building. That some people feel like right here may be a place where something happened to him. So if you look at that building, and if you go in the back of it, it'll come back out to the back right there where the body was found. I'm not going in that building, but it will come back.
And so there you see once again that white building. There is a pathway from behind that white building unto the tree line where he was found. So some people have also found that path. Found out through a social media post. Someone was out there and they actually show the pathway from the tree line to the back of that abandoned building, leaning towards, someone could have, took him back there and did, what they did to him. Now, also I wanted to show how close this yard was to the distribution center. And this is actually going to show some other information, which I think is very pertinent to the situation.
Where he was found, This is the truck yard where he was parked. And this is the gas station right here.
All right, so that house, you see the house with the little mailbox and the little bricks right there to the left? That house is going to be very important in about 5 or 10 minutes.
Now, if you make the left, right down that road, that is where the distribution center is. So if you make that left right there, you will end up at the distribution center.
Now, once you make that left, that distribution center is only about 20 seconds up the road. But after this, I went to the store to talk to a couple of more people and to get some chicken. They got some pretty good chicken at the store. But, I went there to talk to a couple of people. And one, person I talked to was actually this trucker. He was a Caucasian trucker that you seen earlier. And he was actually from Pennsylvania. And I asked him, had he heard about it? And he was like, yeah, you mean, the guy who hung himself? And, I was like, well, I guess so. But that is the name. He was like, well, I just found out about it today. Somebody was there, up this road talking about it, right? But I interviewed him, and we're going to listen to what he says, and then I'm going to tell you what he said afterward off camera.
So you are a CDL driver too,
CDL
right?
Driver, yeah.
But you haven't been driving that long.
I had my CDL for 5 years, but I've been turning wrenches on my dad's trucks here for the past 5 years.
Oh, okay.
I just recently started driving again.
All right. So what? You said it was dangerous when I asked you about it.
Yeah, sometimes it's dangerous. I mean, driving at nighttime, you don't know. People come up beside you. You don't know if they want to shoot at you or what.
Oh, okay.
And going to truck stops, I mean, unfamiliar areas.
So have you had any bad experiences?
Not yet, no. Hopefully
not yet. Hopefully not yet. So you feel pretty much comfortable here where you go?
Yeah, for the most part.
Oh,
Some places, I mean,
So you are based out of Pennsylvania?
Yeah, based out of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that's where the young man left that was found dead around here. So where have you driven? Where have you driven?
Normally we go from Pennsylvania to Arkansas.
Okay. Okay, and then back to Pennsylvania?
Back to Pennsylvania, yeah.
Okay, all right. So did you hear about that situation?
No, I just heard about it, just today.
Okay.
Up the road here, they were telling us about it.
Oh, okay. What do you think about it?
Sad, crazy.
Yeah.
Shame.
Yeah. Okay, appreciate your insight.
Yeah, no problem.
So that was my man David. And we stepped out a little bit and talked more. He asked where was he found. And as I was walking and showing him where he was found, I was facing the store and he was facing behind me towards that house. And he was like, well, there's a police car right there. And I looked back, and sure enough, there was a sheriff car in the back of that house. Now I'm going to show you the house, but I'm also going to show you the car in the back of the house, but I'm going to tell you how, once again, this may be related to the case.
This is where Randolph stays. This vehicle right there.
Now, that house where that sheriff car is parked at was the same house that I was walking by, where it's right in front of that truck stop. Now, according to some information that I've received, that house is owned by Vance County Sheriff Department William Randolph Curran. And I have received information that Mr. Curran is on the Brady list. Now, if you don't know what the Brady list is a list of law enforcement officers who have had issues that could question their credibility, such as criminal convictions, untruthfulness, or candor issues. However, they still can be a sheriff if they are on the Brady list. Now, why is this William Randolph Curran on the Brady list? Now, let's take a look. Right here, this article is from 2015. It says 3 law officers charged. And if you read this article with me, it gives you 2 other officers, and that those officers, as you see, a Warren County grand jury returned 2 indictments, each against Bobby Dean Bolton and Richard Allen Coleman, both formerly with Sheriff's Department, and against Sergeant William Randolph Curran. And this says a former detective in the Henderson Vance County Vice Unit. Bolton, a former deputy, is charged with delivering about an ounce of cocaine to a suspected drug dealer, said District Attorney David Waters. He is charged with embezzlement by a public officer, is accused of keeping a garden tiller that was confiscated in a 1988 raid on marijuana fields. Coleman is accused of entering a locked evidence closet and removing a scope sight from a confiscated rifle store there, replacing it with a scope of his own, Waters said. Now, Curran is accused of keeping 2 handguns and a pair of binoculars seized during drug raids, Waters said. Now, this officer, evidently with the sheriff Jeep behind his house, parked really closely, is evidently still on the Henderson, the Vance County Sheriff Department. Now, if you're going to steal 2 guns, then what else are you capable of doing? Now, as I told you, that house that I was walking by is his house. Now, he has a very a wooded area where dogs are caged up, and it looks very dark back there, and so I'm not saying that Mr. Curran had anything to do with this, but the fact that he is an officer right there and everybody's so tight-lipped about the situation, that leaves something to be questioned. Nevertheless, we are still trying to find answers. A lot of people, once again, question why is there or was there a sexual assault kit performed on Mr. Magee with fingernail clippings and things like that. A lot of times, in times past when, people do things like this, string people up on trees, they also did things to them sexually, sexually violated them in various manners. So that may be something. But, as you heard the law enforcement officer say earlier, they're all corrupt. But he also stated that whoever committed this crime did not know the weight ratio, and you heard several people say that. You heard the man at the store, offhandedly say, "Oh, you talking about the one that was hung?" Not the one that hung himself, but the one that was hung. And so that's very telling. Once again, and you heard the old OG, say, okay, well, now whoever did that done it, and then the young ladies in the food line, nobody, ain't nobody gonna do that. And then the young ladies at the store, almost everyone, that I talked to today do not believe that, that is what happened. So we're going to keep plugging away with this. I've been getting tips and leads from so many people. So, once again, I thank y'all, everyone, for tuning in to these videos, this channel. I thank y'all for sharing the video, keeping people informed, because once again, the news is not covering this story, and I want to know why. We should all want to know why. There's a tragedy. There has been a tragedy. I don't know if the family has already gotten the body. What arrangements are they having? So we're gonna, if anyone can put me in touch with the family, Once again, my number is always online, 919-587-7782, or you can email me at taylorpublishinghouse@gmail.com. There's a lot of questions to be answered with this case, so we are going to keep the eye on it. But, definitely today was an eye-opener because, once again, you have people of both races saying, okay, nah, this was a crime. And so, and we would hope, Sheriff Brain, someone told me that he was actually in the hospital. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, we wish him well. But I guess this case is pretty much worrying him sick, as they say. But, hopefully that's not the case. But we're going to keep an eye once again on everything. I hope I covered everything that and I don't forget anything that I mentioned to say. But thank y'all for tuning in. You remember, as the lady said, everything that is done in the dark will come to the light. Everything that is hidden will be revealed. Peace and blessings. May God be with y'all, and y'all have a blessed and prosperous day, night, or morning, whatever time you're watching this video. Peace and love.
Only Richard Taylor, right here at Taylor House Publishing. Speak with Richard directly at 919-587-7782. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, and invite your family and friends to watch.
From Wayne County to the Carolina coast, Taylor House bring the news you love most. Tune in on YouTube, don't miss a beat. Local stories that keep you in your feet. Taylor House, we got the scoop. Taylor House Publishing.